Hello everyone, I'm Karis. Thank you so much for being here and listening to the Voice of Astrology podcast, starcasting to you from the City of Angels. This is your astrology cosmic superpower for the week beginning Sunday, August 13th through Saturday, August 19th, 2023. Let's journey together with astrology and explore how to connect with the stars, the planets, the energies for our new week ahead. We are starting off the week with the dark balsamic moon phase. The moon has been decreasing in light and getting ready to line up with the sun to fill up with new energy and power for our new moon in the sign of Leo. But this Sunday, we are in that phase of the moon that is inner, reflective. It's deep. It's the dark side of the moon. So the mystery and the reflection of what it is that you are releasing at this time, letting go of, opening up a void so that you can fill up with new energy and power is the dark balsamic moon phase. It's very intuitive. It's very psychic. It's listening to your feelings, paying attention to get in touch with your emotional body, which is where you live, meaning living in trusting your instincts and your feelings. And this Sunday, August 13th, we have a very special event taking place. We have Venus conjunct the Sun. It's what's called a Cazimi conjunction. Cazimi means in the heart of. During the dark side of the moon is the magic and mystery of love. Why you love who and what you love. It can't be forced. It can't be contrived. It just happens. In astrology, Leo is the sign of royalty, sovereignty, and Leo is referred to the sign of royalty because it rules over the heart, and the heart is sovereign, dictated to, ruled over, controlled by no one and no thing. You can't force yourself to love someone or something that you just don't. You can't force yourself to not love someone or something that you do. The heart is sovereign. It is royal unto itself. And the mystery of why this happens, how this happens, how many times perhaps have you seen couples together and you wonder, looks so mismatched on a surface level, doesn't seem to make any sense because it's not about the mind and logic. It's about the heart. They love each other and nothing can control that. This is Venus retrograde in the heart of the sun in the sign of Leo. This reflection of the mystery of love, not trying to make any sense or logic of it. It just is. The heart is the center of our being. It's essential. We cannot live without the heart. You could try to live without what the heart represents, which is love, but that's living a robotic life, always up in your head. The heart rules. The heart is necessary. We could lose a lot of things in life, but the heart literally, physically is the center of our being. And this Venus retrograde in the heart of the sun during the dark balsamic is that being in touch with and connected to what you truly love, beginning with yourself, of course, because the sun in Leo, its castle, its home sign, is the self-love, to express, to have that feeling of self-esteem, self-worth, to know that you are born to create and shine your light like the sun. So the Venus retrograde is love of self, your true authentic self, and expressing that, shining that light, and also just, again, the mystery of love itself. So this is how we are starting off the week on August 13th. We also today have the moon at home in the sign of Cancer. The moon in Cancer is very emotional, and Cancer cares. It's sensitivity, it's the feelings, it's being connected to what you need emotionally, because the moon in astrology represents what we need. And the moon in Cancer is happy memories of family, of home, of the familiar. So that feeling really good when you're around the people and things that are caring to and for you. This is the moon at home in Cancer. It's very fertile. It's about babies, home, and all of the things that make you feel good in your emotional body. So the sun in Leo, the moon at home in Cancer, this combination of the two luminaries, the two lights in astrology, the sun and the moon, in their home placements, is that combination of fire and water, which creates passion and emotion. And there's so much love here. Monday, August 14th, is the moon's day, and typically Monday can be moody, it can be crabby, but the moon enters the sign of Leo. And so the moon being what we need, the moon in Leo is we need to celebrate and be joyful and be happy and play. This is a very happy placement astrologically as we are starting off this week. Also, we have Venus making a fire trine flow to Chiron, the wounded healer. Now, Chiron, the wounded healer in the sign of Aries. This in astrology is where our greatest woundedness has taken place, but also where the greatest healing takes place. So Chiron in Aries is the courage and the bravery, because Aries is a very courageous sign of the zodiac, to just be yourself. Aries relates to the newborn baby, which says, here I am. Welcome me to the world. This is me. Take it or leave it. Aries just wants love, just like a newborn baby that just wants love. Aries is all about, no matter how many times they may have been disappointed or let down in love, their courageous and resilient heart, like the heart of a child, tries again, still wants to love and be loved. And with this Venus in Leo making that fire trine flow to Chiron in Aries, with the moon now entering the sign of Leo, this is just the joy and celebration and happiness. Fire is very exciting in astrology. It's life, it's illumination. It's just the excitement of being alive and being yourself with these aspects. Tuesday, August 15th, we do have Mercury entering its storm shadow cycle, which means Mercury slows down before it goes fully retrograde. Mercury in Virgo is in its domicile and exaltation placement. It is superb right now. And when it does enter its storm cycle, meaning it's moving less than 40 minutes of arc per day, it means slow down and take a look. As we're about to enter the Mercury retrograde cycle, the Mercury in Virgo is looking at and discerning what is healthy for you and practical for you, especially in the area of money, which I'll get to. But what is healthy and practical for you? Keep that. What is extra toxic, poisonous stuff, so to speak, that you can get rid of, that you can say, this isn't healthy for me and your life, and let it go. This is the Mercury in Virgo overall. But Mercury is that digestion separating process. So as the Mercury does slow down, getting ready for the retrograde, this separation of, especially what you're doing with your money, what's extra stuff that you really don't need and it stresses you out, which of course isn't good for the health. And then what is healthy? You should keep that. Now, along with that aspect on Tuesday, we've got the moon in Leo making a conjunction coming together with Venus. Then the moon in Leo makes a trine flow to Chiron and Aries. So these fire trine aspects, again, that are just so supportive of the joy and happiness of life and creativity. And if you hear, why are you creating that? Like, what is the end result? What's the goal? There doesn't have to be an end result or goal. You're just creating for the joy and happiness and the energy that it gives you because you love to create. This is the Leo expression. Wednesday, August 16th, we do have the new moon at 23 degrees Leo. Now, the new moon, when the moon now is lined up, think of the moon as making a pit stop at a sun energy gas station, so to speak, and the moon is filling up with that energy and power at the starting line, ready to be off and running and take the new action. The new moon is also a cycle of the moon that relates to springtime, always, no matter what time of year we're in. So new moon to second quarter moon is that hope and that optimism, and let's go for it and let's start something new. This 23 degrees Leo brings in a third decanate, which is an Aries influence. Aries wants to trailblaze and shake up the status quo and create, invent, do something first. So as we've had these supportive, creative fire elements, and now it's the new moon with an Aries influence, and you're off and running. This is being in touch with, being connected to your power to create something that is fresh, brand new, just like springtime. If you get an instinct, a hit, a moment of brilliance and insight, go for it. Be off and running with it with this new moon in Leo. Later on in the day, the moon will enter Virgo, and Virgo is cool, it's scientific, it's dry, earth, practical. So with the moon in Virgo and the moon in Virgo making an earth trine flow to Jupiter in Taurus, this is for Thursday, August 17th. The moon in Virgo making a trine to Earth Taurus is what you can do as a new action with the new moon. Again, as far as how you're handling your money, what is really going to increase your security, your safety. This is Jupiter in Taurus. Taurus always wants to build something that will last and stand the test of time. And Mercury is that Mercury in Virgo, and the moon in Virgo is that instinct, because the moon is instinctual and it's in a mercurial Virgo sign, which is paying attention to the instincts of how you can increase the abundance and money coming into your life and building on that with earth common sense sensibilities. Friday, Venus's day, and I love this so much. Friday, Venus's day, Venus, the Queen of Heaven, as the ancients called her, reemerges as a morning star. We've been in a cycle where Venus has been changing from evening star to morning star. Venus has been too close to the sun for visibility from our perspective, but here she is on her day, Venus's day, returning in all of her glory, the brightest light in the sky besides the sun and moon, of course. And Venus re-emerges, makes her presentation as a morning star in the sign of Leo. This is just so beautiful. So welcome, Venus, and we always miss you when we can't see you. Also on Friday the 18th, we've got the moon in Virgo making earth trine flows to Uranus in Taurus. We had the moon in Virgo making that trine flow to Jupiter in Taurus. The moon in Virgo also makes a conjunction to Mars in its joy in the sign of Virgo. Mars in Virgo just loves to work. It can just work. It just loves work. And so the moon conjunct Mars in Virgo as Venus makes her re-emergence in presentation. This moon conjunct Mars in Virgo is taking the action in the area of work that it's a devotion for you. You just love it. You can't get enough of it. It's not something you're forcing yourself to do. It's paying attention to all the little details, perhaps polishing off a project. When we're into what it is that we love to do, it's unfinished business forever. And that's a beautiful thing, because Virgo can have a tendency to be too critical based on their ideas of it's got to be perfect. Well, perfect is boring. It's never finished. It's never perfect. It's always a work in progress. And when it is with something that you love, Moon in Virgo conjunct Mars in Virgo, we don't want it to end. We keep trying and doing it better, or trying to do it better. But perfect, meaning finished, done, forget that. As we close out the week, we have the moon in Virgo making an earth trine flow to Pluto in Capricorn. Now, the moon is the memories, the emotional memories and imprints. Pluto is the death and transformation cycle. Pluto is the underworld, and it's in Capricorn. And when the moon in Virgo goes back to the memories of the Pluto in Capricorn, in the sense of what needs to go at this time. Capricorn is the sign that has to do with the fears that stop you. The planet Saturn goes with Capricorn, the blocks. And the moon making a trine to Pluto, it's a supportive aspect, says facing the fears. And this is also a work in progress. Facing the fears that stop you, that block you from the transformation. This is the aspect we're having on Saturday before the moon enters Libra, ruled by Venus, which is all about relationship and all kinds of relationships. Libra wants peace. It wants to get along. It wants harmony and balance. So we're closing out the week this Saturday with Venus visible again, the new moon action, the moon in Libra, which is enjoy, socialize, have fun. Libra is all about the people and hoping at best that people can be in harmony and bring peace. It's also a nice aspect that if there is something that you have wanted to mediate or negotiate to bring balance back to a situation, then this is a nice aspect as well. Beauty heals us. We need beauty. So the moon in Libra, as we're closing out the week, is people, it's social, but it's bringing beauty into your life. Whether it's new clothes, new hairstyle, redecorating, just add something beautiful and appreciate and really absorb that feeling, that energy of how beauty heals us in all aspects of life. Have a fabulous week, everyone. Thank you so much. I will see you all in the stars. Thank you.